Like a fire. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's get that music back down. Let's get that intro going. We love you. Let's go, baby. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. What a blast. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Another beautiful day to be alive. Another beautiful day to say, you know what? I'm going to choose love. I'm going to choose opportunity. I'm going to make the best of my life today. I'm going to go all the way, baby. And I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to push forward every single day. I'm going to go after my ideals. I'm going to stand for something. I'm going to make the world a better place. How about you? Shout out to everybody here. Thank you for jumping on in, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's get it going. Let's get that music back. I've been running a little bit of volatility today for Bitcoin. Let's break it down. I made a trade in the trading group. We actually are already up on a trade. I closed it. We're going to kind of talk about what happened last night, what I saw in the markets, and what went down, all right? So, bunch of different charts here for Bitcoin. So last night, all right, I was looking at the smaller time frame, the 15-minute. And when I was looking really, really closely, I saw that we had made this beautiful move here off of support. It's going to be one of those, eh? A beautiful move here off of support. Let's see. Okay. So we had resistance right here. We bounced right there. So I made a very ballsy call here, and I got along with a stop loss below here to see if I could get this breakout out of this flag. Did not get it, but this morning we got this massive short squeeze, and my computer starts to go zzz, and I see the short squeeze pump up, and when we pumped up to where, like 67,700, I actually sold the trade. You know, I use liquidity to get out, right? Because I was like, it looks a little sketchy. The 15-minute didn't look amazing. So I said, you know what? I believe we should close that, execute. So 17% gains while we were in our sleep. You know what I mean? I got in at 67.2 last night. It did dip a little bit, but I never got stopped out, and then I sold at 67,540 for Bitcoin, right? And we made gains. Shout out to everybody here that makes gains with me every single day. Hey, if you're sitting and complaining, then you ain't making gaining. Hey, what is that all about? But anyway, so let's take a look at what's happening for Bitcoin. There was some heavy volatility a second ago. Nasty dump, bought back up, still inside the flag, still holding support. What's going on? We're going to break it down for you like we do every single day. I'm going to delete all my work right now, but right now I am watching 67,100, bottom of the channel. This is still intact. This flag is still intact, and the target still remains 74,200. We could still see an all-time high today. It could definitely happen. Flags outside of falling wedges tend to break up to the upside. It's a known phenomenon. Study this. Remember this. Like my mentor told me, flags that are, when you make a flag outside of a falling wedge, it's interesting. Remember, if we break back below this level, if you see a candle close anywhere near this level here, we're likely dropping right back down to 59,000, and then this is just kind of like some type of dead cat bounce. They're playing around. But I'll tell you what, it's interesting because we got back above some key 200 SMAs. We're going to break that all down for you. Every single day I do a top-down analysis for Bitcoin to show you where we are from the very big stages all the way down to the smaller time frames. Shout out to all my beautiful people here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. This is the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. I went live every single day for the last, now it's almost 1,200, 1,300 days. I've dedicated my life to this trading group. I've dedicated my life to you. If you dedicated life to trading, then you're with me every single day. So we know about this level that I keep saying. And what I love about my channel is I go over the same levels every single day. So you can't forget where we're at and where we stand, right? The same levels every single day. Okay. I know. I just see someone message me about their Coinbase or something. It's crazy. I'm like, whoa, what is that? Anyway, so 65.5 key level. You know, once we were this low, I was like, wow, that's a wrap. It looked for sure we were going to close a weekly candle below resistance and below support. And I was like, man, that's, you know, I was pretty bearish. I was very bearish, to be honest. And I said, the only way I'm not bearish if we somehow close a candle back above this level. We got this massive reversal yesterday. Everything changed. We're back above 67,000. And you know what? I bought a bunch of coins on the dip. I really did. And if they dump again, who cares? I got more money to buy, you know, the extra half at the lower price. But when a halving's coming, I don't get bearish. I don't care how bad it looks. I just continue to buy. I'm convinced that they're going to continue to print money. I'm convinced that we're going to see some monetary folly here and that Bitcoin will rise out of the ashes no matter what. So, hey, and I'll either go down in history as the guy that was convinced that didn't make it or the guy that did. So I don't change my stance, you know, unless I see something huge happen or I see a new innovation. Bitcoin is the answer right now. There's nothing that can compete with Bitcoin, in my humble opinion. Scarcest asset in the entire world. All right, remember, they're going to continue to print this money to zero. They've done it over and over again. Look, the fiat currency graveyard. Look at all this. I show it to you every day. $1 trillion bill in Zimbabwe. All right, bang, bang, bang. Greek, China, all sorts of stuff here. Okay. Anyway, back to business. So we gotta stay above 65.5. All I care about is 65.5 holding Sunday night. I just want to be there Sunday night and be like, hey, everyone, we're above 65.5. If we end up closing a weekly candle below it, we're definitely likely coming to 60K. And then if we come to 60K, you have to say that 52,000 is on the table. And then we will retrace back to the 21-day moving average on the weekly. Very far away from the 21 tells us that we have to go sideways or down, in my humble opinion. Like, I just feel like a huge pump is not likely. It's more likely we go, even if we pumped up to 70, you know, something like this, it would be like more like some type of chop above this area. Bitcoin did just reclaim 67,000 after a bit of a nasty dip there. And then it has liquidity back above us at 67.4 on BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP link in the description below to BOOKMAP. If you want to jump onto the big BOOKMAP, get on in there. 68,000 is liquidity target there. We have some, you know, but we do, they want some 65.5 too. Look, that's the weekly support. It's like they watch my channel, right? 65.5 and then 70K. So right now, though, the closest area of liquidity is 67,400. Likely that we may hit that. All right. Likely that we may hit that. All right. Shout out to Master Friend for gains on gains, baby. And shout out to everybody here on the live. Hey, if you want to jump on in and learn how to trade leverage, you want to do something different, or you want to learn something new, jump into Master Friend's course. You do have to be inside of my crypto course already. But I'm telling you, man, this course will blow your mind. You'll absolutely love it. And you'll learn a lot. What I learned, I don't use everything that he does, different strategies for different folks, right? But what I did learn from him that was amazing was some ICT fair value gap concepts. I also learned a lot about timing, a lot about Asian markets, London markets. You know, when do they open? When does liquidity get injected? These are the things that you would really like to know. Even if you just extrapolate that data, you'll learn so much more about what's happening and about what you're doing in the markets. $300, hit the QR code or the link below. Then you also get mentoring throughout the week. It's going to blow your mind. So, hey, here's the deal. Okay. So I do see, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see 60,000. I wouldn't be surprised. But again, it all matters on the weekly candle closing below support. If we never close a weekly candle below support, then I don't care how great your projection is for bearishness. It can't happen. All right. So one step at a time, everybody. One moment at a time. So we were here. It looked like we were going to head down to this area here. We got back above a weekly support. It was a big deal that we did that. So I keep watching this. And now, like, you know, we could assume, do we follow through with the wick back to some type of consolidation? I'm telling you, this would be absolutely lovely. We'd get the 21 to come to price, and then that would just lock us in for our next leg to the upside. And we would be ready to rock at 93,000. And this sideways price action would be so good for the altcoins. They would love it. It would really, really be healthy. So this is what I'd be looking for. This is what I want to see. Let's get the likes up to the watchers, everybody. I'd greatly appreciate it. We got so many new people here that are jumping on in. We got so many new just streamers and new people. We're battling every day the algorithm to stay fresh, to stay on point, on our way to 60,000 subscribers. But we've done what we've done. People know our name here. The livers have hit so many gains at this point of many people around the world. They know who we are. So you had a falling wedge. You could almost say that you broke out of it. You broke back inside, right? And now you could say you're kind of dangling outside of it on the daily. Not the best, right? Remember your weekly support at 65.5. That's just the level that you have to remember the most. Look at the daily, though. Heavy resistance at 68,250. Okay? Clear as day. And we just bounced off this beautiful support off of a wick, which was 60,800, right? So we're going to now deep dive into the 4-hour to see what's going on. So we readjust, and we can see this was the falling wedge. We definitely broke out of the wedge, in my humble opinion, and now we're making some type of flag here. 4-hour also could be flipping. Let's take a look at the 1-hour. The 1-hour, super oversold, and it's saying, hey, I'm going to make a bit of a move here. I'm in a flag. I got low stochastics. I got a beautiful, and once it gets above the 200 SMA, we're going to get a beautiful move to the upside here. So I like what I'm seeing here on the 1-hour time frame. Looks like people kind of set up on this trade, and they kind of went and got as much liquidity as they could before they decide to try to take this move up. To me, this is a bullish flag that looks very, very nice. And like I told you, we're holding support. We're right at the point of control. You see, if I bring in more information, we're right at this POC. We get above this point of control. We go through the gap. We get to 71,900. See, right there? Even if you moved it around a little bit. Why is this moving around? It's the fixed rate. It's not fixed. It takes what you have on the screen. If I back this out, this will change to only this data. If I bring this in, it will show me. So it'll show me whatever data I have on the screen. All right. If you don't like that, you don't like it moving around, you can go grab your fixed range and you'll get it standing here, but they'll match exactly. That's your node. That's your node. There's your, it has a value area high though, which you could get rejected that you may not be able to see, but that's resistance. See, I would see that as 69,800 resistance, right? I'll be honest, if you're really a stickler for support or resistance, you'll lock up a lot with fair value gaps. I'm telling you right now, like, you don't have to know ICT at all if you use, in my opinion, if you use support or resistance thoroughly. You'll see so many things line up. But fair value gaps will help you in understanding where liquidity is, can play out. However, different strokes for different folks. Like, I may nail this flag over and over again. Someone with another concept, their concept may stop them from getting into the trade, and they may miss the trade. So, but again, I may miss a trade that they see because they see like a liquidity that I don't know. Every trader has their sauce. As long as you have sauce, that's all that matters. But you got to have some sauce. There's got to be something to what you're doing different than everybody else, right? That gives you a little bit of an edge. So look, the 15-minute coming back down and the 1-hour. When the 1-hour and the 15-minute setup, I love it. And the 7-minute look good. I'm going to enter a long. I like when the 7-minute, the 15-minute, and the 1-hour all look good to me. And I'm front running that we're going to get above this 200 SMA. So I'm going to trade this flag just because all the parameters look good to me. Now we could dump on the 4-hour. We could dump on another time frame. And let me just make sure my measured move is sound. You can always make this. Ooh. What did I just do? Oh, no. Will that reset for me? Yeah, okay. I wanted the big window. There we go. Always get as much information as you can. Give your subconscious and your mind as much information as you can handle. Technically, it could be kind of a symmetrical triangle, but I just like this flag. I like what I'm seeing. I like that we stayed above the support zone that I pinned out yesterday. Previous resistance becomes support. And what I also like is when I made the trade and I got the long position, bang, right there. I can still be a 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Even a 3.5. And I love that. In a big green candle. And I could easily lose this trade. There's no guarantees I'm going to win any trade that I make. Okay. So now I'm going to map out the trade and see what's happening. All right. I got low stochastic 7-minute, 15, and the 1-hour. Very good side. Bitcoin's been pumping since then. I should have already got in. Taking me some time. 74994 is going to be my target. 65066 below the weekly support, right? So if I get stopped out of this, then it's like we're already kind of getting pretty bearish. You see what I mean? So I'm going to risk 250. I'm already made a trade today that I'm up on, so I'm going to take some of that risk. I'm going to risk 250 for 938 on the trade. All right. Now, if we get back above a key level, I'm going to add to the trade. We get above the 200 SMA, I'm going to mimic this trade again, maybe 2 to 3 times, and turn it into a $1,000 trade and turn it into a $40,000 or $50,000 trade, right? So this is the trade I'm making, 37x leverage, $200, not a big trade at all, okay? However, we can make $1,000 if we hit the level, or we'll lose 250, all right? All my trades have a stop loss. All my trades have a proper risk management. Now, if we get back above here and I triple down, double down, I can end up making $4 to $5 grand. See, it starts off small. All my trades start off little. They're little trades. And then as I see confidence, I begin to add to them. Not every trade. Some trades are big right off the bat. Like that right shoulder was money right there. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, boom, we boomed. Anyway, and again, just because I made a trade does not mean price will go up. It could easily go down right in my face. There's, anything could happen. There's, anything could happen for Bitcoin. So this is Bitcoin in a bit of a nutshell, right? Kind of see me all the way from the weekly, all the way to where we are. And so if Bitcoin can't get back above 68,350, even bring it up a little bit, 68,800, right? Expect more downside. Like we have to get back above 68.8. It's a crucial area. I told you all my reasonings why I'm long. 200 SMA on the 7 is, now if we lose the 200 SMA on the 7 minute, that'll spell, I'll start to, if I see the 7 minute go below, start to do this, I may exit the trade. I won't have to lose all of the loss. You see, that'll be an indication to me something's not right. So we want to see the 7 minute hold the 200. Tight moving averages too. I tell you to get into price action when moving averages get tight. That tightness of the 7 minute is telling me there's like to be a nice move to the upside. All right. Lifer, can I have a code ETA from you? It would be a great help. How come there are coins with lower market caps than XRP with less functionality, but the price is very high per coin? Doesn't really matter, man. They make the price whatever they want. All right. Send in a TA for super chat to D and deep dives. You want me to go over a coin, talk about it? Send in a super chat into the fan funding. We got our man Master Friend saying what up with the Canadian 13. Hey man, love everything you do. Appreciate you. Shout out to Brian Javik. We love you. And wondering if you could look at Convial, CCV. The 5-day close above the 200 and the weekly will look to close above the 200 on Friday. Much love. Your TA on Crypto 99ers has helped guide me in growth. Celebrate the 5th super chat on a live. So many people give their first super chats ever. Shout out to Johnny Paggles. Almost like Bagels, but with a P. Johnny Paggles. So I opened up a long in front of you. I went over all my deep down analysis from the weekly all the way down to the 7 minute. I give you multiple ideas, concepts, and reasons why I'm long. And again, anything could happen. Shout out to Bryson Gonzalez. So let's take a look at CCL. I like this coin Buzz Swarm. It's also trending on token metrics. I could see a 31% gain and possibly more. It did a breakout, fake out, but it's back inside the pattern. I act like this never happened. Pattern's still intact. As long as the trend line holds, I am bullish on BZZ. I don't own any. I don't know the team. I know nothing about it. I'm just nice enough to show you something that came across my radar. That's it. That's all I'm doing. There's no ill intentions behind that whatsoever. Let's take a look at CCL on Pancake Swap. Is this the same coin? Convial. Let's take a look here on CoinMarketCap. Orange 633333, so amazing, up 20%. We talked about getting into Orange. I said I got into Orange. Orange is hot right now. I believe it's going to be huge. BRC20s are growing. Getting into Orange, I think, is just a no-brainer. Right? This guy says $50 to $100 this bull run. I believe a $50 Orange is kind of almost set. Yeah, I believe it's something that could definitely happen without a $35 million market cap. We got in so early. We knew about these coins at 11 cents. It already did a 6x, and when I first put it out, I sold it at 37. Then we got back in at that low dip in those 50 areas. But man, I show my group exactly what I was doing. I tell them what coins I'm buying. Tonight is our weekly screen share, everybody. I do a live 2 to 3 hour weekly screen share. I show my entire portfolio. We go over what coins I'm allocating. What did I buy last week? What did I switch for? Did I buy something for something else? Did I make a move? And I'm always making a move. I'm always paying attention. I know there's opportunity in my life, and I'm always able to find it. I'm going to talk about AERO right now. AERO is a hot coin, and Coinbase is going to blow. I don't see how AERO doesn't do damage because it's the base protocol token, right? A based AMM has exploded in popularity since late February. Transaction volumes of AERO token quickly surged past 100 million. I mean, this thing is going to do numbers, bro. And think about it. Coinbase Ventures has already put their money behind it. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It's pretty interesting. I've already used the base protocol too. I bought AeroDrone on CoinEx, send it to Coinbase. So it's been an amazing experience for me already. The high was 8,477. This thing's almost at its all-time high. I love this coin. Anyway, I own it. I own like 11 grand of it. It keeps paying me to own it. I'm loving it. So AERO, and again, anything could happen, but AERO on my radar. I love it. And I'm happy to be a holder of the AERO, baby. Yeah, 11,138, put 4 grand in. I mean, you turn 4 grand into 11 grand in like basically less than 3 weeks. I'm a happy man. Wow, they just entered more liquidity, and look, more liquidity just got built up. Big fat red bar just got thrown in at 67.7. Come here for all the news in the charts. Get that information. Find out where liquidity is being added, pushed, pulled, what's going on here. And you can see that they're starting to get in. They want to push it up. 64,000, 67,400, 68,000. Looks like we have enough liquidity to get a short squeeze back to the upside. I'm long. There's really not much else to talk about for Bitcoin. Okay. So CCL. I don't know. This may be on, and you called it Carnville. Maybe it's on the stock market, right? Yeah, I don't know what it is yet. I haven't seen that. Let's take a look. The way you're talking about it sounded like it was in the stock market, but let's look at CoinMarketCap. CoinGecko, I mean. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm having a hard time finding this coin. I don't know what it is. So I don't know where you found it or how you got it. I don't know what it is. Maybe there's a typo here. Carnville. Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. Not coming up on my radar. All right. Appreciate it, though. Carnville Corporation. There it is. I don't know what this is. Right off the bat, you can see you got a nice trend on the 1 hour. See, right off the bat, you can see consolidation. Tight moving averages, right? Look at your daily. You're starting to get into it like, a bit of a symmetrical triangle above the 200 SMA. Low, high, higher, low. Now you got to break above the resistance. Looks like it very well may happen. That's your measured move, right? If they continue to print money, the S&P goes, this is going to follow, right? Kind of have an Adam and Eve double bottom slanted, right? Which we talk about as likely for a move to the upside too as well. You said the weekly's about to get above its 200. It is. It's fighting, right? It gets above that. That could be the beginning of a big reversal. You're learning. And you even have weekly bullish divergence in a way, right? As this whole overall thing went down, and you go to the RSI, you get a move up. And that usually tells you that's your bottom. Still got the Adam and Eve double bottom play out on the weekly. It looks nice, right? And then you talked about the 5-day getting back above its 200 SMA. I mean, it's battling right now. You get the 5-day to close above that. That's the catalyst for a big move. So you could be buying the very bottom of this company, And my skills and strategy teach you how to get in at the safest way. Like, you don't have to buy the actual bottom. Once you get above that, it solidifies that the bottom has been made and that you kind of have all that support behind you to the upside. Can you check OPCAT? Your T was 100% spot on your last show. The narrative is crazy. The OPCAT code is being re-enabled. Is huge for the space. OPCAT. And I'm still looking at SLERF. SLERF just continues to kind of go sideways here. But in my humble opinion, it's still inside. It actually was in a flag, and then it made another flag. See? You saw me buy SLERF live on the channel about like 76, 74. We're up a little bit on 80. We got up to about $1 a couple times. But because that liquidity is locked, I see it's only a matter of time till this thing starts to pick up. $3,600. Look, $8,000, $3,000. A lot of buys coming in right now for SLERF, right as we speak. So I'm in SLERF. I do own it. So I'm showing a coin that I love that coin, right? His mistake is our way in. So OPCAT on wrapped ETH here, right? I'm going to make sure you weren't talking about POPCAT and you missed the P there, right? So it did bounce right off of the 618 Fibonacci level like we discussed. Look, there was a shoulder, a head, and a little right shoulder there. You can see that, right? Shoulder, head, right shoulder to the upside. That's your measured move. So you just want to make sure that it doesn't go back below that 786 and it continues its way up. Has a bit of resistance right here at 17. It clears 17. It can really get right back up to 25. I don't hold this coin. I'm not trading it. Just someone wanted me to go over it. There you go. Hey, yo, Mr. Cup and Handy. Appreciate all the clutch free advice on the live and looking to join the 99. Blessings on blessings. Let's go. Shout out to Taylor Voigt. We love you, man. We appreciate you. Or Vogt. I don't know how to say that. Voigt? I think it's Voigt, right? I don't know. Vogt? Good morning, Sam. Could you check Bullyverse, small cap metaverse coin? Thank you. Yeah, we used to play that coin all the time. It's been a while since I looked at it. And shout out to GKB. Shout out to Taylor Voigt. Shout out to Bryson Gonzalez, John Pagels, Brian Javich, and Master Friend, and all the beautiful people here on the live that are throwing down a super chat and jumping on into the live. We appreciate that. All right. I also got to look at something here. Before we get into super chats, I got to look at DXY because we have to, right? So the DXY got inside this tight channel, right? Shoulder, head, right shoulder. We want to see this dump to the downside. We want to see this head and shoulder dump. Playing games a little bit on the right side. Trying to flip back up on the 5-day chart. 3-day chart has bullishness. It's not the best sign, right? So I'm going to delete all my old work. And we're going to start fresh here with the dollar index. We're going to look at the weekly. So right off the bat, all right, you got this kind of, I guess, you can almost call it a descending triangle, but you got to, wow, look at the weekly. The weekly looks pretty nasty, right? It's trying to bend, actually, but it could easily turn down and get rejected. We want to see this never get back above where the two shoulders hit here, right? You want to hold below 104.19, all right? Now, if you break that, you're coming to 107. If this happens, this means Bitcoin is probably going to struggle a little bit. So we're going to watch this closely. The weekly does have it's flipping a little bit. See that? It's flipping a little bit bullish. We want to see that just turn and get negated. Let's go to the 5-day chart. 5-day chart's also bearish with bearish divergence on the indicators, looking like it may roll over. However, low, high, higher, low. If it rips up through this resistance, 104.66 in the 5-day chart, we're gonna have some trouble possibly for Bitcoin. Another thing is it has a pretty big leg to the upside, right? You would basically take that pole and what if Bitcoin takes a massive dump? This goes all the way to 128. I mean, I'm just showing you that this is a possibility. There's a length, consolidation, next move to the upside. Bitcoin, the dollar has been dumping a lot. And it just, that was the 2017 rally. That was the 2020 rally. We've already dumped enough for both of those rallies. I'm just showing you know what I mean? The dollar would have to dump twice as much for this to be the bull run that everybody's talking about. It's interesting. One thing that nobody really discusses. See, look, I'm telling you right here, 2016 rally, right, to 2018. That was when the dollar dumps. That's Bitcoin's rally. These are Bitcoin's bull runs. And you can see the dollar dumped here on April 20th, all the way back down to July 21st. And again, so when the dollar finally bottoms out on the weekly and the bigger time frames, even the 2-week chart says, hey, I might be coming up. And I got back above its 200 SMA, went up. It's actually kind of a bullish sign, right? It got back above the 200, came back there. So let's look at the daily now. So the daily's struggling with the 200. We wanted it to stay below that 200. It got back above, but went back below again. The 200 is going to be, it's basically, if it stays below the 200 on the daily, we have nothing to worry about. Bitcoin resumes and all is well. So we have a resistance here. You can see at 104.26, resistance, almost a shoulder ahead. And do we make a right shoulder there? The daily suggests that we may dip off, but it is just getting above the dotted line, and we have a pretty green candle. But we are a little more overbought than oversold. Look at the 4-hour, though. And again, I've seen Bitcoin pump with the dollar. They can pump together. It's unlikely. It's happened, though. They've dumped together. They've pumped together. It is unlikely, but it can happen. So look, you got the dollar inside of this ascending triangle, which usually does make a shoulder ahead, some type of right shoulder here, and then you would get a move up. This would caution that Bitcoin may struggle. And the 4-hour looks really bullish right now on the DXY. It looks like it really wants to make a really big move to the upside. It's kind of got a cup with a little bit of a handle here. You see that? That could break on out. So I'm seeing bullishness on the DXY. I don't want to, I didn't expect to tell you this. I'm just showing you what the charts convey. And I'm showing you what could be, telling us what could be happening. The 1 hour is getting a little overbought. Let's see if we can get rejected here and create some sideways price action into Thursday afternoon. It is low volume, everybody, so just remember that. Thursday's not the day where there's like you're going to get the massive price action like you get on Tuesday or Wednesday. You never know. Anything could happen. Today could be a huge win, but it's unlikely, right? The odds are not in our favor that we're going to get a massive move to the upside. That's just not what we're seeing, all right? Shout out to the 1,600 people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. The $66 in chat revenue. The 420 likes. Dear Lord, thank you for all the people that you've sent into my live stream today. I'm so appreciative of all the people that would actually sit at their computer and hang out with me every single day. What a blessing. Thank you for moving the algorithm. Thank you for my first 3 people watching to 10 people to 20. God, I don't know how you did this for me. I don't know how you were able to help me push every single day, but I got on my hands and knees every night. I said, thank you. I was appreciative of everything I had. And when you're appreciative of what you have and use gratitude, I'm telling you, you will live in abundance because there will be more coming your way. That's how you find abundance. It's through gratitude. I say it every single day, all the time. My daughter was just in the hospital last week. I prayed to God that she was fine. I got on my hands and knees. She couldn't eat. She was bleeding so much through her mouth, and it was crazy. You know? My mom and dad died this year. My mom died in front of me on Thanksgiving. I lost my mother. Me and my mother were like this. We were best friends. All right? Good morning, Sam. Could you check Bullverse? We'll look at that, yeah. So the dollar index, not in the best place for Bitcoin, right? We want to see us never get back above 104.20, 105. There are some signs of bullishness on the bigger time frames for the DXY. We're going to have to pay attention to that. We can't ignore that. We cannot, like we see Bitcoin even start to break out on the 1 hour, right, above one of these key levels, then we know that we may be getting a bigger move on the bigger time frame. It's definitely something that we have to heed and pay attention to. All right. Love you, lifer. Shout out to all my people here on Twitch. Shout out to everyone here watching on Twitter. I can see all of your comments, what you're saying. We love each and every one of you. All right. JASMY, baby. JASMY. Love y'all. All right. And thank you so much for all the super chat. You people are amazing. This guy gave $28 Canadian. Like, blessings on blessings. You're super nice. You didn't have to do that. So, such a giving community. I give a lot. People give a lot. I guess when you give a lot, you receive a lot. That's just the way of life. And I'm always in a state of giving, you know, and it feels good to give. Givers gain every single time, and that's it. I started my business, and you know, I see people, this may sound critical, but whatever. I see people with 1,000 subscribers, 2,000, they already start, you know, trying to charge for a Patreon or 5,000. You know, I was grinding and I gave it all away for free for years until people were like, dude, like, and then I realized I wanted more, like I had like a free group of all these random people and some people were attacking him. Then I realized the money would keep scammers away. And then I realized that I wanted a different group of people. I wanted a people that were willing to pay 99, people that were just wanted to go after it. 99 was a level of entry. They got really serious people in the group. And then when they paid, they found they were around other serious people. Serious people don't want to be around people playing games. We don't want, like yesterday I saw some people in the group just posting GIFs and stuff. And I said, man, this isn't the group for it. This isn't where you post, you know, nonsense. You know what I mean? Like things that could be even one bit offensive to women or anything like that. And I deleted it and I said, hey, everyone, look how I dress. Look how I act. I said, this ain't the Discord, man. Go to some other kiddie Discord or go to some like college Discord if you want to act like that. Don't act like that on my Discord. I'm telling all of you, and I'm not trying to be rude. My Discord is to make you a true man or true woman, to go after your dreams and to actually do what you want to do with your life. Don't go in there playing games. Don't go in there posting gifts, and it's not the place for it. It's you know what I mean? I know we all want to have fun and we all, but it just, think about the beginner that comes in there. The beginner that comes in there wants to see a chart. They don't want to see you playing games. So represent me. You represent me in that Discord. Please represent me 100%. You know what I mean? Ask yourself, would Sam post this? And if you know in your heart I wouldn't post that, don't post it in my trading group. All right? All right. We're going to pump or we're going to dump. Pump the Bitcoin, baby. Let's go. Shout out to Tab. The group is totally worth the ban. Thank you for everything, Sammy. Shout out to Twiz. Lifer is life. Amen. All right. On TCB, Tom, no kidding. Yeah. Exactly. Amen. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Bought at 195, went to 220, now 259. You're funny. So that's the DXY, and we're going to be watching it very, very closely. All right. S&P futures, which we talked about getting a huge move. I said they're going to pump. Remember yesterday? I don't know if you remember. I said huge pump, and I drew the line, and I said watch the S&P make a massive move. And then when the Fed was super bullish, super dovish, look, the S&P ripped. I gave this update before the Fed meeting. Do you remember? I went over and I said, look, that's an ascending triangle. I said, we're moving to the upside. I said, look at it. You can see it's an inverted head and shoulder. You can see you're above the node. I said, the stochastics were super low. I said, big move coming for the S&P. I called this so simply. All you had to do was put a stop loss below the 200 SMA. You don't have to do any, you don't have to use money printer. You don't have to use any of this stuff. It's great. You can use it and you can trade the NQ all day long, but I'm telling you, stop loss above the 200, stop loss below the 200, this thing is gone. And I see the S&P continue. They're going to continue to print money. You know what I mean? So, bang, bang, bang. There are tools that could lift you out of poverty. Sam could have easily kept this information to himself. Shout out to Swede Houston. Amen. I sat by myself for years doing this. I didn't have to teach a dang person. I really didn't. And I don't have to go live every single day. I do it to show you that if you dedicate yourself to something, you can make something of yourselves. I want to be a beacon of hope to people that were down and out. What is your why when you start a business? My why was because I worked a night shift for 6 years. I was in depression from like 26 to 33, 35 years old. I suffered from depression. I couldn't get out of my own way. I was a nice guy. I was an happy guy, but I couldn't get out of my own way, you know? I worked a night shift, wore the same Costco jeans, dreamed of being in suits, dreamed of living my life, dreamed of making millions with Bitcoin and trading. But it took years of my life. I dedicated so much of my life, everybody, till I finally got there. And it takes every single day. If I stop going live right now, it all disappears. Everyone will be like, remember that lifer guy? If I take a month off, everyone's going to be like, remember that guy, that lifer guy? He was good, remember? See what I'm saying? So, and I get super chats like this every single day. I don't listen to any negative people for any reason. It just doesn't, there's just too many positive people in my life. You know what I mean? Say you had like all these beautiful flowers and then one flower was just a little brown, like, but there was thousands of beautiful flowers in the field. Like, would you ever focus on the brown flower? No. It would be impossible. You wouldn't even be able to see it because all the bright flowers would be just encompassing it. That's my life. Just too many nice people in my life. I've helped too many people. My reputation has actually come through back onto me. And so many people said, hey man, you've helped me to the point of no return. I get messages every single day from around the world like this one. Reaper Bosman, Sam, you're the person I needed in my life to progress in my trading skills. You spread positive energy and all your knowledge. Thank you. I leveled up my skills big time. Thanks all for what you do and help us achieve our goals. God bless. And we do it free here. You don't even have to join the trading group if you don't want to. I give the information here every single day, all the time. I worked the 60 to 70 hour weeks for 25 years. Amen. Why the ugly flower gotta be brown? You're funny, right? Because when a brown, or you know, a dried up dead flower, how's that? Sam, I watch you every day. I respect the grind. I respect the outlook. As someone who serves responsibilities, I completely get why you talk the way you do. Thank you for your help so far. Amen. Spreading the love at your highest self. Amen. Shout out to Rave Song Records. We love you. We appreciate you. Sammy, to the upside, somebody said, hey, thank you. So we've got Bitcoin. S&P looks beautiful. The 1 hour actually reset and it's still in a flag. They're going to continue to print this money. Flag this out. This S&P, 90% chance this is going to the target here. All right. It's quite ironic, funny that, I know, right? Phantom looks good. Phantom has been on an absolute tear. I appreciate you bringing it up, Phantom. Had it in this flag. Looked like it could get all the way up here, what, to 149. And you can see that, you know, Phantom is just trucking along. It's a fast protocol. It works great. It's going to have its, there's going to be a meme, Phantom meme season at one point, I believe. Really strange pattern. Let's take a look at Phantom on the weekly. Well, it's not a strange pattern, but anyway, Phantom closed the candle above the weekly 200 SMA. That was your indication of 56 cents that you were going to blast, and you did. You had a beautiful double bottom. You had a cup and a handle. There's your cup, there's your handle. The blast, see how the straight, that's why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy, because the cup and handle gives you the straight blast to the upside. All right. Now the weekly's a little overbought. The RSI is a little high. No bearish div yet, though. You are away from the 3-day, and you got skyrocketed to the upside. So same story here for these. You know, I look for this. So here we go. Beautiful support for Phantom. And then we boomed on out. You look for Phantom to probably come back down to this daily. 21, right? Maybe 7 days sideways price action. But it may actually go sideways here too. We don't know, but it's going to interact with the 21. I call this the twisted sister. I make two patterns and I wait for price action to fill out one of them. When it does, I have the probability of the next move before most people because they got to wait for the pattern. I already have the pattern. because I projected the pattern before it happened. See, it's called pattern projection theory, right? Quantum pattern projection theory is what I call it. All right. Remember, today is our weekly screen share. We're going to spend an extra 3 hours together all night long, baby. All night long. No, I'm just joking around. Can you go all night long with the lifer? So look, we're going to... You can? Oh, my gosh. Oh, no. Not today, babe, okay? I'm 41 years old. I'm tired. I can't do it anymore. Do you think the feds are going to reduce the interest rate soon? You know, there's a chance. I looked at the CME gap. It doesn't really matter. But now, this is the first time we were even. This is the first time we have 11%. I believe the next Fed meeting, they will not. No. Fed, that was the day my dad died, May 1st. The next meeting. And again, we have April off, everybody. It's a really good sign. I love when we have a month without a Fed meeting. It's usually really, really good. You know what I mean? Because we don't get that interruption. They give us 40, 50 days of freedom before they come back and play games with the market. So it's like the free market gets to exist for a while before they come and meddle with us again. Sam, happy Ramadan. Ermin Dervizovec, happy Ramadan to you, my friend. The bottom is in, somebody said. AI Tech and AGI looking good to me. I like those too. Bitcoin going deep today. Ooh. My friend sent me a screenshot of his guru friend's advice filled with believe and I thinks. I just smiled like a Cheshire. You're funny. I'm 50 this year, and I know there's older on here than I am. Amen. Amen. Demetra was hot the last few days. You know what's interesting is Demetra's trending right now on token metrics. I saw it here. Opset, GraphLink, Joe, I'm giving you some hot stuff right now. You get this in the trading group every day. I'm going to up. You don't get to see it anymore. Oh, it's gone. Oh, there was so much alpha there. Oh, that you got to pay like $3,000 for an NFT to get the highest, which I have. Someone gave me the NFT, which is insane. So yeah, I'm seeing if Phantom comes back down to 95, it's a buy. If it can stay back above any of these two levels here, like 99 or $1, I'm just watching it closely. Does look pretty bullish. Let's look at our 1 hour time frame. It's still inside of a flag. Again, it's like Bitcoin's flag, but more downward, right? Looks a lot, Bitcoin's flag is just like this, but it's sideways. If Bitcoin gets the pump, Phantom will follow. It is likely that Phantom will follow to 125. It just looks very bullish to me. Phantom looks very bullish to me. 4 hour wants to flip. Low, high, higher, low. Things looking pretty nice for Phantom, in my humble opinion. All right. Game, GPT, and a cup and handle. Break it out. Thank you for saying that. Sorry for your loss, sir. Anytime, man. Goes down, booms up. Goes down, booms up. Sell fast. Yeah. I would watch Phantom closely. I'll put a alert on it here. Phantom's definitely something I got on the radar. Okay. All right, moving forward. And, any new coins out? I'm waiting for a couple new coins. Something's hit the exchange today. All right. Okay. Yeah. Just get rid of them, man, immediately. Like I just hide them on the channel immediately. I don't even delete their message. I just hide them from the channel. The second because it's just not worth it, man. Yeah. Yeah, they shouldn't be allowed to speak on the channel once they're. It's just not right. It's taking away, yeah. Anyway, front. Let's take a look at front. The less is more always, right? So front was hot. This thing pumped up so hard, right? Does it get another move up? Someone's asking about. I mean, you draw your 618, you wait, but it had a massive run up recently, absolutely insane. I draw the Fibonacci here. The retracement was fast though. Already came back down to the 618, right? Maybe look for your 786 retracement and the 21 to touch. But this thing was pretty hot. It's above all its moving averages. It just needs a little bit of reset. And look, I've noticed this. That's your Adam and Eve. See it? I've played these as Adam and Eves. I wouldn't be surprised if this just eventually, you will see it somewhere hot. Frontier is a hot coin. All right, over time it will pump. What's hot right now on MEXC? What's pumping right now? We got Meta Mafia, which is a newer coin up 100%. I don't know what it is, brand new though. Magic shoes, and I'm on the weekly, so we can't look at it much. Can't see what's going on. Tornado cash pumping, which is interesting. And I like to look at the KuCoin charts too and just see what's hot on KuCoin in the markets. Is that Credit, right? Yep, Credit's hot. Dusk is hot. CPOO is hot. RSR, a coin that we talked about on MEXC. CETUS. All right, I'm going to talk about this now. All right. Why do I have a big bag of CETUS? What am I doing? What am I planning? What's going on? And remember, I told you about CETUS many, many times, right? I kept talking about how it's going to be the DEX for SUI. And when it explodes, it's going to get big. And I went over this many, many times. I talked about CETUS right here. I gave it to the trading group, showed you the cup and handle. CETUS is up beautiful today to the upside. And I've been DCAing into this thing all the way through from here, down there. I've just been buying it for the last few, even here, but basically down here is where I bought most of my CETUS, all the way between 9 and basically 10 cents. CETUS had a 58% pump in the last, 5 or 6 days, and today it gets a massive move. And you can see it's going to be headed, let's see here. I mean, that's a bullish engulfing candle, the 3-day chart. That thing is huge. I see this going up big. And again, people know that SUI is going to get big. And CETUS is going to be the centralized, you want to be ahead of this before it happens. You're going to hear CETUS soon. The CETUS is going to be, everyone's going to be talking about it. CETUS is going to be up here. In fact, Lifer was talking about that coin when the 3-day chart was ready to rock, and he was DCAing in it for literally 3 times 10, like 30 days when nobody cared. He bought the wicks. He bought the reds. CETUS, baby. And finally getting a nice move to the upside for CETUS. It's exciting to see. All right. If you want to trade, go to MEXC, 0.01 spot maker taker fees if applicable in your area. We have people from all around the world here. 0 spot future maker fee, 0.2% taker fee. You can KYC with an RNSID, and you can KYC all around. It's good to work with customer service. They'll have your picture. They'll know yourself. Great place. I love MEXC. Right? I have a MEXC KYC account with RNSID, so check it out. Jump on in today and find out more. Boom, boom, boom. And what a beautiful day it is to be alive here. MEXC, what we do is we pin the comments here. We pin it. So if you want to join my trading group, like you would have got the trade from Bitcoin last night and you've been in the gains, knew exactly when I got out, exactly when I get in. I do a Bitcoin update at 7 in the morning. Then you do my weekly screen share where I'm going to go over my entire portfolio, give you token metrics, so I pay $3,000 for an NFT for. So much information. I got bots showing you what new coins are hitting the exchange. I got bots showing you where money is moving. I got so much information. I have an entire course inside of my Discord. Join today. Get the education you deserve from a guy that hasn't taken a day off in over 1,000 days. You can go back and test it. We're going to hit the Guinness Book of World Records for the most consecutive streams in the crypto community. I think we have the most consecutive streams of any crypto YouTuber in history. Someone could say no. Then maybe there's a chance, but the most live consecutive streams ever. I have not taken a day off. I don't care what it was. Christmas, my birthday. I bring equipment when I go places. You there has to have been a day you took off, Lifer. No, I didn't. I made this channel the number one priority of my life. Nothing. My kids, I love my kids and my family. But because this is my life and my kids, my family, and my wife respects it, like really nothing goes in front of the stream. The stream is the most important thing in my family's life. They make sure that I have my time, my space, and my focus to stream. Everything comes from the fruition of the streaming, so blessings on blessings, right? So CETUS, beautiful move for CETUS. I talked about it many, many times. Went over how I had it inside of my portfolio. And nice move for CETUS to the upside. Boson Protocol, another oldie, getting a huge move there on that 3-day chart. And look, the 3-day just getting started. A lot of coins look like they're getting ready for their next bigger move to the upside. Let's talk about JASMY, all right? A lot of people into JASMY. A lot of people like JASMY. I finally added JASMY to my long-term portfolio in the dippage. Figure it was worth grabbing a little bit of JASMY. If I could spell it, it would work, right? If I could actually spell it correctly. All right, let's break it down. Let's talk about JASMY. I think someone asked about it in the chat. Maybe not a super chat, but I'm going to be nice and talk about it. And I'm going to jump back into those chats and see what's happening right away. All right, so JASMY is making a beautiful flag. And today it actually, again, got a huge buy up to the upside. So for whatever reason, the sideways price action for Bitcoin And the fact that we broke back above weekly support has people really frisky. So again, I bought JASMY here in the dips. 1.5. We're already up on the JASMY call. And JASMY, that's a huge move. I didn't call this, like I didn't say get in, but look, low stoke. If you're in my trading group, you know how to do this. You would take this impulse, you would pull a fib wick to wick, you would wait for the price action to get to the 618 Fibonacci retracement. If it wicked to the 786, you would snipe a limit order, right? And then you would patiently wait for its next leg to the upside up to 4 cents. And that's what I see happening for JASMY. So big move for JASMY. And now I can only assume that my account is ripping because, yeah, alts are just flying off the table as Bitcoin goes sideways here. And again, remember the trade we made is still sitting here flat. Nothing has changed with the trade. Nothing. We're still sitting right here. I actually may add to the trade. The longer we stay flat, the more I may add to the trade because it's more likely we could get a pump to the upside. All right. Shout out to Taylor Aid for jumping on in. She just jumped into the master friend. Bang, bang, bang. Love that. Love that. Yeah. Wow, what a day to be alive, man. What a day to be alive. So, JASMY, now, I don't trace green candles, but what I would do is I would go to the 15 or the 7-minute time frame, and I'd be looking for some type of flag. And you can see we're kind of making this. Look at altcoins are getting kind of crazy right now. So, altcoins are getting allocation. People are deciding that the sideways price action for Bitcoin is just enough, and the fact that Bitcoin got back above weekly support, it's got people like, you know what? I'm gonna get it while the getting's good. And so I see JASMY making this flag. I would watch this flag of the 15-minute for a move for 2.6 for JASMY. JASMY looking very, very hot in the daily. Smaller time frames are going to be your entry. I'd be looking at this for JASMY. Now Bitcoin dumps. We have a tough day. This dumps too. You got to watch Bitcoin. I don't care. I do all my analysis on JASMY. I see the daily looks good. Everything looks amazing. But, it's all about that, you got to have Bitcoin in one of those windows all the time. You're always watching Bitcoin, seeing what Bitcoin's doing, seeing where it's going, seeing what's happening for Bitcoin. All right? Super important. Okay. So watch the 15-minute flag for JASMY. So not only do I know what coins are hot, I'll know what coins are good on the bigger time frame, and then I know how to zoom in to find my entries and teach you how to find your entries too with the best and highest probability possible. I studied all the different ways to enter trades and exit trades, and again, I find my system is pretty spot on. All right. You can compare me to anyone else attempting to do this, and I am I feel like more calls than anyone on YouTube, but you never know. We nailed it last night. I gave the Soul short too the night before. Banged on them for 300%, or for $300, almost 100% gains. Let's take a look at Total 3, because Total 3 represents all the altcoins. Remember that. Look at that shoulder, inverted head and shoulder. Look, it's in the same flag Bitcoin's in. Bitcoin pumps today, the altcoins are going to fly. Bitcoin dumps today, and again, because the way the moving averages look, see how the 200's curving, the 50, it all looks like we're going to get a move to the upside. The altcoins look very bullish. It suggests that a big move is coming for the altcoins. I loaded up. I bought as much as I could on that last dip. I bought AOIZ. I bought AERO. I bought some more stuff because I knew the A coins too. I got Altura. I like Altura. Let's talk about Altura, an old coin from the last rally. ALU. Altura. 670. $47 million market cap. 6 cents. I love this coin. 20x potential for sure. Right? Now it's all-time high. That's the only sad thing. It was somewhere at 30 cents, right? Yeah, right up there. So it's got a 5x to get back up there. I believe it can definitely do it and then get back above it. If you look at Altura, it helps also ultimate platform for building and scaling Web3 games. Unleash your Web3 gaming potential with Altura. Simplify gaming development, connect with a vibrant gaming community, and streamline monetization through our developer-friendly tools and marketplace solutions. Promote your game to a large audience of gamers and Web3 enthusiasts with Altura's marketplace. So I could create a game here using all their tools. I like products that help people create products. That's always been an interest of mine, something that I add to the portfolio. This thing could do smart NFTs, and they've been around for a long time. This team isn't going anywhere. They've been around 4 years and continuing to build. I like Altura. I own a bag about $5 to $6 grand of it. US Tether. I haven't talked about it. USD. I haven't talked about it, I don't think, ever on the channel because I've had it for 4 years. It's an old coin of mine. But this project is big, and I see it doing numbers, man, over time. I really do. But again, you do you, I'll do me, and I'm just going to share with you what I see happening in the charts. So I like what I'm seeing here on the 15-minute for total 3. Let's delete all our work and go back out to the weekly and see what we see on the bigger time frame. Beautiful move for the altcoins, right? Like, we're all up. Like, we started here. Everyone's portfolio is up huge. If you started in the bear market with me, you are up huge. And look, this bottom was way lower than that bottom. Very bullish sign, right? It means that we're going to pump up, and then our next bottom should be lower than higher. I mean, this bottom was way lower there. Our next bottom should be way higher than this bottom. That's it. So remember, Bitcoin really near its all-time highs. Altcoins nowhere near their all-time highs. Bitcoin broke its all-time high. Altcoins not even close. So we have so much more potential. We're so much more behind Bitcoin, right? Look, we just got above the 5-day 200 SMA. That's beautiful. This is so nice what I'm seeing for the altcoins. If you really see where we're at, we're in such a good spot for the altcoins. So yeah, it looks like we hit a resistance for sure. Wick, candle body, 2 wicks there. We hit a resistance. We're away from the 200, the 21. Let's look at our daily. And so we've made this flag now. So the question is this: could we continue lower? Yes. Or do we start to make this jump? And to me, because that other candle was so bullish engulfing, it meant that so much more money came into the market. That's what a bullish engulfing candle does. And so it looks more like we're going to get some type of consolidation here before a bigger move. And that looks lovely to me. Again, there's no guarantees. We could easily do this and drop further down. But the odds are now starting to play out in our favor. We have a hidden bullish divergence. This swings down sharply and aggressively. This swings up. That tells us that the trend will continue to the upside with the daily curving. Everything is setting up for the altcoins to blast. You could see, look at AIOZ on the 6-hour chart. I mean, you can see this flag starting to form here. Or maybe, wait, AIOZ USD on Coinbase, I think, yeah. I was about to say, I had the chart ready to go. So, like, that's a flag to me. It's also a flag that broke out, came back, and retested. And you can see, like, it's an overall, it's like it's a bullish flag that's going, when they wave to the upside. It's a very, when a flag is moving up, trending up, very, very bullish. I am in this coin, right? I own it. So I'm showing you something that I do own. But I believe, based on the technical analysis, that it's a good, again, I can say I believe when I invest in something. I believe in my investments. I don't know what's going to happen to the charts. I don't believe, but I believe over time, I definitely picked a great asset, and I like what I'm seeing here. 6-hour looks like we could get a move. A little bit of bearish div there, but we're getting fought off after the bounce. I wouldn't be surprised if this consolidates and continues to the upside at 167. This is a hot coin, the hottest D-pin coin in the game. D-pin is the newest narrative. D-pin, right? Understand your D-pin. Understand decentralized physical infrastructure. That's what it stands for. Understand your narratives, everybody. Your RWAs, your D-pins. Do you understand what's happening in the market? Can you research ecosystems? Do you know why SEI and SUI are going to be fast? Do you know if they can do you know that like Solana is expanding the way for those coins to move? All right. I believe we're getting a fake citizens email, babe. All right, what are you doing? All right, whatever. Stop. I don't know what you're doing. I'm all over you, though. I'm all over you. All right. You got to CEO the family. You got to CEO the business. You got to CEO. What about my life? Spend so much time. I thought I put out RSR on MEXC recently. I think someone had asked us about it. It's great TA. Look at that. Solid TA. Just spot on. What if that were, that is your TA, Sam. It's a bunch of scribbly lines, man. Nobody knows what you're saying. Wow, but you can see a lot of coins pumped today. A lot of coins just got this out of nowhere, just boom. Like, you know what I mean? Really ugly patterns, too. Like, at the end of the day, these were just little bull flags. On the low, I see a bunch of coins that have low 6 hourly. Go back in time. See, go find a pump and then reverse it. Look at what it looked like before it pumped. Go find 100 pumps and reverse them. That's what my strategy is based on. So then I saw, look, the Stokes were turning. The MACD was there. We were low on the, and we had hidden bullish divergence. Then I pulled the Fibonacci from wick to wick. And I saw that 90% of the time we came into the 618 or the 786 area. So I'm like, isn't this like, I don't know why people have a hard time learning how to trade. It's like, buy when the Stokes are low, when you hit a 618 and you have hidden bullish. Like, it's simple stuff. It's really simple. You know what I mean? Have some proper risk management and don't risk what you're willing to lose. And like, you're going to be pretty good. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice, but like, so they all did it. Look, they all did this move out of the 6 hours. See, they all just decided they were going to erupt. All right. Let's get back into the super chat. See what y'all are saying today in the chat. 1111, baby. Make a wish. All right. Thoughts on PENG? I like PENG a lot. It's super low right now. I was looking at it this morning. I put an alert on it. I was going to post it to the trading group. I held back. PENG is in that retracement. It's in that 786 area where you retrace. If you like this coin, if you think it's hot, if you believe that it could get a big narrative, a big move, then technical wise, it's in a beautiful place of undervalued nature based on the technicals. Okay. I don't own any of this coin. I don't know anyone that does. I don't know any. I have nothing to do with them. All right. This is just me being me. Okay. I thought that was my line. It was actually the 200 SMA. Look for us to breach the 200 SMA on the 1 hour. If you do that, you're going to fly. Even though we're smaller, you could probably get away with it on the 15 because you have less information. So if that comes down, boom. And again, it could rug pull and turn to nothing. It's a meme, right? So just always remember that like people could lose interest and it doesn't have utility. There's nothing keeping it going. All right. Bitcoin struggling at 66,400. This is a downside. Let's take a look at BTC and what's happening to Bitcoin, right? Nothing crazy, but it is losing the 200 SMA on the 7. It's going to have to get back above that. That's a bearish sign, everybody. And you can all see, like, you got a shoulder, head, and a shoulder. Again, you have to know how to switch it. Nobody knows where price action is going to go immediately. People that claim to do that and make you feel they're doing something behind your back that you can't understand. They're either using a concept that you don't know, or they're entering the trade 5 or 6 times, and you're only seeing when they win. So, look, I'm not loving that right now. I'm gonna get out of my trade immediately, right? Even if they wick us back up, I get out of the trade. I don't need to lose the 250. I close it for $100, right? We get back inside the pattern. I just get back inside the trade. That's all. Looked like it was a stop hunt though, for sure. Right? Nasty little stop hunt, but we are now below the 200 SMA. Bearish for me. I immediately switch bearish, see? I immediately say, okay, we're going to have to come down to the 200 SMA here on the 15. Then I look at my 1 hour. Where is my 21 on my 1 hour? That's what I want to know. Where is my 21? It's on price. We're getting tight. This looks more like just a flag forming then. And it's kind of business as usual. You see what I'm saying? Actually up the ante in... Yeah, it's still it's still a solid 3-to-1 risk reward ratio. Nothing has changed for me right now. I need the 7 minute to get back above its 200 SMA. This needs just to be a quick little stomp hunt. Show me that this was some kind of a little fade. Shoulder, head, right shoulder me, and get us out of here. To be safe, you don't. My entries are aggressive, right? To be safe, wait for this to break out and bounce back to the upside. All right, that could have went even lower and made a nasty dump. I cut my trades off when they could go lower. Using the 200 SMA as my, basically my guide for what could or could not happen is so amazing. For instance, we're now basically still inside what looks to me, still kind of looks double toppy. This looks double toppy. Resistance at 67.5. We can't get back above it. I mean, you got to expect more downside if you can't get back above this 200 SMA. All right. So it looks like people are kind of selling Bitcoin for altcoins. Altcoins are pumping right now. Nobody really seems to care about Bitcoin at the present moment. I like what just happened there. The wick is starting to come right back up. That probably was a good entry, really. A snipe buy right there. Someone sniped that buy. I will re-enter the trade same way I was in it the first time. But again, that's how I keep losses small. I may have, 500, 600, 800, 200, 300, and then a couple losses, $100, $60, $80. Okay? I've got the DXY doing a bearish retest of my chart. I love it. Huge Adam and Eve on V-Chain on the 5-day. Close short, snipe long. Can we see some boom thoughts? Pretty please. Send in a super chat for TA and Deep Dive, my friends. So many people asking. We got so many requests and we can barely make them all throughout the stream. So I'm bearish until with the 7-minute kind of can close back above the 200. All right. And I wouldn't, and look, the 50-day, we want to get that, like, we want the 200 to come up. We want price action to get tighter. All right. 68,000 resistance. Hey, Lifer, I know we're in the middle of some serious action, but what's the name of the song? The song that we just played, I don't know. I'll go back. It's Disco Love by Fellow. Disco Love by Fellow, right here. All right. PHELLO, Fellow. All right. Torque on Arbitrum just launched their DApp, and they're offering 70% APY on ETH. Good project. Dev's been developing since the bear market. Nice. Let's take a look at 3Bull and back into the altcoin. It's called Bullyverse, but you put a 3 there, right? If what I remember. I could be wrong, too. Maybe you're asking for something different. Maybe it's Bull. Yeah, I think it is Bull. Bullyverse. But honestly, this coin was hot. I put it out down here, and a bunch of people made a massive amount. They're like, yo, I'm up 7x, Lifer. I just got in the group. Like a guy that was just a beginner, like he just, the first chart he saw was this one. Some people get in the group and they just, that's the first thing they see. Some people do get lucky, right? Like the first thing they buy, just boom. Because not every one of my charts is going to play out. There's no guarantees. But if you show up every day and you watch what I do, you're going to learn that what I do is pretty accurate over time. You're just going to see it play out. Like in real, you're going to see it like on the live, like every day. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, he talked about that yesterday. It hit the target. He talked about that the day before. It hit the target. He talked about that. So many people ask me about a random coin, and 3 weeks later, it does what I say. And then they go, oh, I think I should, And that happens so much that people want to join the trading group, right? I'm not saying I'm always accurate, but I'm more accurate than I'm not. So more people around the world say, hey, man, that Lifer guy's pretty spot on, right? So I like what I'm seeing here for 3Bull. I'm going to go to Bull 2. You're just, this thing looks hot to me, and it's in the retracement, the golden pocket. That's where you want to start, paying attention. And we wait. Look, it's been 3 months since it's been time to even pay attention to this coin. Now it's getting ready. And look how much you could make, 359%. Like that ain't no kitty litter, all right? That ain't no chicken little, okay? That's a nice big move to the upside here for 3Bull. However you want to call it. 3-0, throw, bull. I mean, that took 3 months to get into that sweet spot. See, that's what I do. It's patience, 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 and patience. I'm a DJ who keeps far too much on Coinbase. Can you take a look at BONK, please, on the daily, said Zach R. And let's take a look at the fan funding and the super chats if they've probably grown since I last taken a look. If I could be so lucky. Yo, Mexi is in, I don't know. It's up to you, man. I don't know. See, nothing is, it's a funny question, to be honest. Lifer, can you check out NEAR when you get a chance, brother? Yes. Can you check out NGL and Tangle, new Omni chain? Interesting. We looked at CCL. Let's take a look at WIF. Dog with hat, right? Again, had a nice pump recently inside of a bull flag. You know this thing's gearing up for its next big leg to the upside. You do you, I do me, but it's very likely we're going to 570. Kyle Chassé, man. He's got a good following, 100,000 subs. He's pushing him. And he likes this coin, and he's creating he got the troops rallied on WIF, man. He really does. And shout out to him for all his hard work and everything he does with the paid network and all the work that he does. Super awesome guy. Everyone who dedicates their life to putting out a stream every single day throughout any market, really. And Bitcoin at 66,400, falling to the downside. We're not getting that push. Right now, we're just kind of playing games. And we are, looking like we may come back down to that 200 SMA. 7-minute does not want to get back inside. But at the same time, the flag's somewhat holding, right? Not the worst dump of the world. Could just be a little bit of a stop hunt and really not a big deal. I would like us to get it back above this yellow line here at 66,567 and reclaim that 200 SMA as well. But nothing crazy. It's Thursday. Lack of follow through, a little bit of a slippage. We were at 67.5, though we are down $1,000. But don't sweat it. What goes up must come down. What goes down must come up. Hey, yo, Mr. Cup and Handy. Appreciate all the clutch free advice on the live and looking at the 99. Blessings. Let's go. Thank you. 198% coming out of whiff. It may go lower to the all the way to the 618. 148 is possible. All right. If Bitcoin kind of dips, But, there's also a chance that this starts to kind of get wicked off. And for me, I'd be DCAing into whiff if I really, really wanted to get in. I'd buy a little bit here, and I'd wait and I'd put some limit orders down here at 150, 163. Even from 142 to 163, I'd put limit orders in. All right. And that's what I'd be looking at for whiff. I do, in my humble opinion, I do see a 2X coming out of whiff in the next month or two. Yeah, I am making that prediction. It's very likely. But again, I can't guarantee anything. So liquidity for BOOKMAP hasn't really changed, but we did get this added level right here just now at about 67,000. And the closest level is 66,790. And then building us up all the way to 67. It looks like we could get back into the 67.4 area. 66.8 has a big sell wall too. So we could see 66.8 again. It looks like it's coming, but you never know. Only time will tell. All right. So we got through whiff there. CCL, OPCAT as well. Ayo. Could you look at Bull? Small market cap on the Metaverse coin. Let's take a look at Bull. Bulliverse. I remember this coin. Yeah. On KuCoin. You know what I like right off the bat is pump came up consolidating above the 200. A lot of these are some choppy flags, but the flags are there nonetheless. And so this tells me this is likely going to make a move. It's very simple. Look at the daily, man. Like, that thing is gone. Like, that's like the simplest chart I've ever seen. Look how good the daily looks. You got hidden bullish divergences. That's down while that's up. Previous support became resistance. It's a bit of a cup and handle too as well. I mean, this thing looks muddy. Trade of the week, trade of the day, trade of the episode. And I'm not saying it's the long-term hold I'm going all the way for, but it looks like a pretty simple 100 to 93% gains could be coming out of this. If it ever came back down to the bottom of the pattern, great. If it breaks out and retest, great. Even buying right here with a stop loss below somewhat like the 21-day moving average to me is a steal. This looks amazing on the daily. You're spot on, man. I like what I'm seeing here. And again, it just has all the bells and whistles. I don't own any of this coin. I don't know the project. So I'm not talking positively for any other reason, but I actually like the technical analysis. I'm not into TA. I'm a passionate technical analyst, and I'm here to teach you about the moving averages, about the stochastics RSI, about hidden bullish divergence, about the VRVP, about support or resistance, and really gain you some confidence. So the next time you go into a trade, you don't just go in with some emotions of what you see in the chart. You actually have an idea of what's happening, and you're going all the way. You know what I mean? And you feel confident in what you're doing. You feel positive in what you're doing. You get a good night's sleep. You're working out every day. You're taking care of yourself. I would never be able to wake up and be here every day if I didn't have a good discipline, a good foundation, a good wife, a good family around me, right? That's producing all the loveliness that I have. And God, I keep God in my life, everybody. And if you don't have God in your life, I am not mad at you. I am never going to force my religious beliefs on you. I love you. That's not how you love people. When you're full of love, you don't push things on other people. All right? When you're full of love, you don't force things on other people. You would never force someone to do anything against their will. Right? Like we saw in the last few years here around the world. GFI, Goldfinch, Tether. Let's take a look at Goldfinch on CoinEx. I think someone half told me about this recently. Look at the flag that it made here. So just like I showed you too, you look for your support or resistance areas. and bang, right? And you make this kind of a bit of a flag, and then you made the flag outside of the flag, right? It's kind of what we're seeing with SLERF is doing that. Like SLERF made the falling wedge, and then it has this like little flag outside of the wedge already, right? I sold all my AXGT. I got in here. I sold it for about a 2.5x. All right. I don't know. You do you. And it pumped while the whole market dumped. It was like my saving grace. Super happy to see that. Wow. Still a big buy coming in. $3,600 came in right now. And it still could be a great project. It's about to hit 724. I got in very, very small market cap. It was like a 300 million. Wow. Bitcoin at 66,300, struggling to the downside. If we take a look at it again, I'm out of my trade. Look, my trade, I would have lost more money, right? My trade would be bleeding out a little bit more now. And it's not even a great short, so it's not like I missed out on anything. Like the short's not amazing. Bit of a double bottom here, right? 1, 2. But again, you lost the trend. How you don't go now lower to 65.2 is the question. And then we lose that weekly support at 65.5. So it's so close. Like there's so much going on here for Bitcoin. You really want to get this bounce. What you want to see is this is doing something like maybe a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder here to the upside. Wow, 280. They're bleeding us down slowly but surely here for BTC. All right. And again, I was bullish, but you got to be able to change you got to be able to flip bullish or bearish depending on what you're seeing. When you lose a 200 SMA on the 7-minute, I immediately turn bearish. I look for the 10-minute to get the 200. We hit that. I look for the 15-minute. We lose the 15-minute. Now we're looking, and again, we're already lower than the 1 hour. That's how you know we needed to get back above this 1 hour 200 SMA to remain bullish. If we can't get back above this, that's going to be the end. It's like we have to flip this yellow line to be, and we hit it so many times. Look at it. It's now resistance. The 200 SMA became resistance for Bitcoin. Okay. A lot of times that what happens, we do get a bounce back to the upside, right? So do we get a continuation dump? Remember, it's not all bad. I've been waiting for this projection. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. All right. So let's get back into these alts. Goldfinch. And again, Goldfinch did the 8-hour flag that we saw on all these coins. It was, the 6 hour. For some reason, the 6 hour just had it. And we had low stochastics in the 6 hour curving, and we got the move to the upside. That's your previous high, which you're approaching right now, and you're getting a little overbought. Especially on the 6 hour and the 4 hour, you're away from the moving averages. So at this point, you would expect something like this. Let's take a look. Strong support at 184. So 184 is holding a strong support. That's a good sign. I like seeing that. And then you kind of play with it here. You got back above it, resistance. So you're in a range-bound area between 184 and 223. I look at it something like this. You want to see if you can make, some type of bigger ascending triangle here like this. See? I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you right now. Who just jumped out of their chair. Hey, lifer, why'd you do that to me? I was all comfy sipping my coffee. I just spilled coffee all over my pants. I burned myself. Now I got to go after you. Imagine, right? Disclaimer, you can't blame me for getting, for getting startled on the show, right? I mean, 326 is likely coming here because it's showing really strong support, but I'd love if you can get it back down at 183, 182. Bitcoin struggling to hold 66,300, battling it out right now. 65.5 is the big red area, the weekly. We don't want to lose that. You know how I'm so adamant about not losing that level. So important, okay? One thing we didn't look at, okay, let's look at, are we getting, sometimes the 4 hour takes over and just says, so right now the 4 hour doesn't look good. And the 4 hour could just decide to dump on our face and then continue to come all the way to the 200 SMA. Now the 4 hour broke above the 21, which is usually a pretty big sign. Like when you're dipping, look at your last dumps for Bitcoin. It loses the 21, but once it gets above the 21, it usually starts to make its next rally up. A little playing with it right when it's about to move, but that's usually like it loses it right before it pumps. That's kind of what we saw here, right? We lost it, but we got back above it. As long as we stay above the 200 SMA on the 4-hour, we're good. And again, I go over the same things with each and every one of you. If we lose this level, we come back inside the pattern. We come back inside the pattern. We're going to short right back down to 59,000. So we're going to be able to take advantage of this short. Trust me, if it comes. And this is kind of Bart Simpsoning now and showing weakness for sure. Nice wickage there, though. 7-minute does have to get back above that 200 SMA. And you don't want to see crosses now. You don't want to see the 21 crossing. Then you want to see a death cross. Then it's going to say, like, you're going to roll over here. All right. So I apologize. I couldn't give you a live trade today, but it is Thursday. Not my favorite day to trade. Lack of bullish momentum. Usually, lack of momentum. Just usually not a lot of volume on a Tuesday. I mean, on a Thursday, right? It could be flat. Especially, I found Thursdays and Fridays after a Fed meeting are really dry. Why? Think about it. Well, so much happens on Fed day that it kind of draws a lot of the liquidity out that would have been spread out throughout the week. You see what I mean? People get clammed up on Tuesday, so they don't trade as hard on Tuesday. So there's more liquidity to be had on, and then all the stop losses and everything gets hit on Wednesday. Kind of reclaiming focus, resetting funding. And what it does is it usually makes Thursday and Friday pretty uneventful or flat, right? Now, I could have called a short here. Why didn't I see the short? What's wrong with you, Sammy? Well, you could say it was a double top right there. And right when we got below the 200 SMA, we can open up a short with a stop loss of the... So right here, this is short territory with a stop loss on the other side of the 200. Suggests you can get a beautiful move to the downside and get paid. You could try this on a demo account and see if it plays out, right? And then add that to your diary. Well, it did or did not. Do that 50 times. Wait for the 7 minute to lose the 200. Open up shorts. Do it 50 times, right? Find out how many times you won, how many times you lost out of 50 times. Once you get the data, you're going to feel more confident about learning technical analysis. You're also going to get more excited and it's going to be fun. It's not fun when it's all over the place and you don't get what's happening. It's not fun. That's not fun. All right? It's frustrating. It's fun when you start to understand why the charts are doing what they're doing and you can start to see it. Like the day I was trading live at 4 in the morning and I was like, I scalped $1,000 in front of you guys and I was like, there, and I could see, I was like, I was Rain Man. It was insane. So right now, I mean, this is bearish to me, period. My system is all about when you lose the 200 SMA, you're likely going to the 10-minute 200 SMA now. And so it's very likely Bitcoin's going to come test 60, 65, 300. The sad thing is it looks like we're going to come test the weekly support again. And once we lose weekly support, I'm back over that whole thing again saying, oh, man, the weekly candle is going to close below, right? And if the weekly candle closes below 60, 65.5, like we're in trouble. So we don't want to close right here below this level right there, 65.5. Wow, 66.180 now. And then again, I mean, my system is correct. It says if you lose the 200 SMA on the 7. Another thing is you see the market, you take your shot. You don't know what's going to happen, right? Again, this could get whipped right back up. We could get right back inside the pattern. This could be a stop hunt. Okay. Could be the head of the shoulder, head and the right shoulder. The key is if you keep your stop on the other side of the 200 SMA, you don't lose a lot. And if it does dump, you get paid. So that's why I really like this strategy personally. Now, did I make the short? No, I did not. Because at the time we were above the 200, everything was good. There was no reason to short. Now, a short may be presenting itself, right? I'm getting confirmation that a short, right now, my system says open up a short. Am I going to do it? No, because it's low volume. And Thursday's not my favorite day to go hard. You know what I mean? If it was Tuesday, Wednesday, I might open up a short. Okay. So I'm very selective on the days I trade based on liquidity. I don't want to deal with sideways price action or watching my trade sit for hours on end. Thursday, Fridays can do that. All right. Especially when you're trading a big asset like Bitcoin. The altcoins are different. All right. Okay. NGL, Entangle, new Omni chain. Let's take a look at that. And there's your Goldfinch idea there. I'd put an alert here. I'd wait for Goldfinch to send me the alert. And you know what? I may trade this if it hits that alert and it can sell. If that alert hits and we're tight in there, very good chance I'm going to be able to get in at 180 and sell at 326. So I want to set it up beforehand. All right. Okay. Can you check on NGL Entangle? Let's take a look at NGL. I'm getting gold fever. Can you check NGL Entangle, new Omni chain? I love Omni chains. This was hot recently. I saw the buzz quickly out of the corner of my eye. Yeah, it was hot. 150 to 250. It went up huge from 315, right? $55 million market cap, still tiny. Only 2% of the circulating supply, but we'll see. Omni-chain made easy. Connect data, assets, and more with Entangle's fast and fully customizable interoperable primitives. Start building. Power your dApps with interoperability. Real-world assets, trustless bridging, Omni-chain dApps, smart contract, GameFi infrastructure, Omni stablecoins, and more. Photon messaging, Entangle, and data feeds. Explore the ecosystem. Zero sum, supercharged, and again, a new coin on the show. Every day here, you're going to find out about a new coin on the channel. So why are we dubbing? Number one, we got rejected by the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame. We did not get it back above that. I could have waited. I was aggressive with my entry. I could have waited for us to get back above that to remain bullish. However, the 7 minute was giving me confidence that we could keep that move. So there's Entangle, NGL. This is a $100 coin, they say. $100 billion market cap. I mean, at $2 billion, I believe it could get to $2 billion. It makes sense if it's interoperable like that. MNGL, for whatever reason, it's got different tickers here. So, Entangle on MEXC. Wow. Wish I had gotten in at 146 the day it came out, right? Emerging cup and handle. Let me show you how we find these. I call them ascending cup and handles. The cup ascends. The right side's higher than the left side. Then you get your slight handle. They play out the exact same way. You pull your Fibonacci from this impulse to there. You see that you're at the 618 golden pocket. And then you pull this length. Brand new coins. You can trade a brand new. I can teach you how to trade something that's a day old. And look, it pretty much where you wanted to go here. So the thing came out. It got boosted, right? You definitely could have easily got in at about 153. And it went up $1. Unbelievable, right? Not much to go on. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. I like to break down where they began. So there's a 68% chance you're going to come right back down to this area here and test that level. Pull the Fibonacci from this impulse here on the wick. And we could come back down to this key area too. 0.5, maybe the 0.618. And so you're looking for two things, a bounce up in here and maybe some type of consolidated flag, or kind of it bounces up and down and ends up down here. I'll watch it closely. I'm going to keep an alert on it and see what it does because it's so new and it's hot. I like Omni Chain and I like these new. I'd be willing to put $2,000 in this and just like walk away for 5 months. And you'd be surprised. Like I've done that a few times on XE. And again, it's basically, you know, you're taking a risk. It's more like speculative. But wow. I mean, this thing's on it. And again, what if it just continues on up? Just sideways. And to me, I wouldn't be surprised if it whatever it does, it makes its leg back. Like we're looking at a 420 coin. 419, not too wrong from now. All right. Thank you for giving us that brand new coin. And it was on my radar 2 days ago because I saw a big coin pumping and I was like, what is this? NGL, right? Entangle. And again, I give you guys, I may not just give you a coin. I may not give you a chart. I may give you a coin. I give you ideas, things to go over, things to learn, things to recapture. How about the Celtics beating the bag out of the Bucks last night? That was a great game. Love the Celtics, man. The only thing that I won't look at, I'll take my way away from the charts for is to watch those Celtics, baby. They give me a peace of mind, man. They really give me a peace of mind. Bitcoin back to 66,400. And, you know, I'm not buying the dip. This looks like a stop hunt. We get right back above that 200 SMA. Look for this to be a bearish retest. Let's see how the stochastics respond. But I see a double bottom of the Stokes, and I see a shoulder head, possibly a reversal right back inside. We get back inside this pattern, I'm long again. We get back inside the 200 SMA, I'm long again. Like we bearishly retest, we drop further down to the 15 200 SMA, and then we go from there, and I take it one step at a time. Because my system can show me what's happening every 2 to 3 hours, and then the parameters to watch for those next, I just keep checking the charts. And, so I don't flip overly bearish too fast, and I don't flip overly bullish too fast because I have my parameters set on those time frames, and I'm going to be able to give you guys that update. That's why my trading group is so accurate and that's why I believe I'm more accurate than anyone else on YouTube, because I spend more time in the charts. They'll tell you long, and then they'll take a couple days off, right? I'm going to be like, well, if we lose the 7, we're going to the 15. We lose the 15, we're going to the 1 hour. And I'm going to watch all these parameters with alerts. If we lose those 2 levels, I'm going to tell you where we're going next. If we don't lose those 2 levels again, I'm going to tell you where we're going again. And because I only take every 5 days off, I only take 5 hours off when I sleep, or 6 hours, I'm able to see where Bitcoin's going very lightly. That's why I've been so accurate for the last 4 years or whatever, because, you know what I mean? Now everyone else is taking more time off of the chart, so they can't see it as fast as I can. I'm telling you, my dedication, you could be as good as technical analysis as me, but if you don't spend as much time doing it, I'm going to outtrade you. I'm going to see the 7-minute lose at 200 before you. And then I'm going to be able to call the short before you see it, because I'm going to be able to see the parameters. I'm going to see the 15-minute lose the 200, and I'm going to see where we're going down to the 1 hour. I've done all this. I backtested thousands of assets. I've done it in front of you guys. You saw me do thousands of hours of TA over and over and over again. You're going to get good at anything you put this much time into. Trust me. You're going to get good at it. There's no way. That's how the universe works. You see what I mean? So I'm telling you, my accuracy comes from my dedication, right? And you won't see anyone more dedicated to their group, to their channel than me. I'm telling you, everyone else I know was taking a day off at one point. Something else was more important for whatever reason, whether it was their kid, their wife, I don't know what it was. Nothing has ever been more important than this show to me. I wake up, I take care of my kids, my God, but once those are, this show has to go on that day. If I don't do the show today on that day, I don't care if I'm traveling. I don't care if I'm having the biggest party of my life. I don't care if I'm having the greatest vacation ever. This show has to go on. I got to dedicate myself to something that matters. Or what is life worth? You know what I mean? So to all you YouTubers out there, dedicate. You could go even harder and you'll get even more out of it. There was YouTubers with way more subscribers than me, but they didn't go hard in the bear market. And we continued to grind. All right. Ego Coin, you're stupid, man. Torque on Arbitrum just launched their DApp. They're offering 70% APY on ETH. Good project. Yeah. Can you take a look at BONK, please, on the daily? All right. Yeah. Dedication beats talent every time. Yeah. I'm not a good short-term trader. That's a lie. I bought Bitcoin at 19,000. That's a trade I'm in right now that's up like $40,000. I bought AGIX at the dollar. I bought Caspa. I've turned 10 grand into 100 grand in front of all of you. I'm one of the greatest long-term traders you've ever seen. I can scalp the 1 minute. I can scalp the 1 second. I can scalp the weekly. I play the 2 week. I trade the monthly. I trade every single time frame. So for you to say anything, you're just like, you're a good short-term trader. It's just, I'm a way better long-term trader. I've made way more money long-term. So I don't even know. I'm a good trader in all on every single time frame, man. I look you every day, but never got an answer of mine. I look you every day. Well, maybe because you don't speak English, man. I love you, brother, but I don't know what you're saying. How can I answer that? I look you every day, but never got an answer of mine. I get what you're saying. You said you watch every day, but you ask questions that never get answered. Just keep coming back, man, and pay attention. That's all. I watched many a live stream that no one ever paid attention to me. You know how many times I sent a super chat and nobody answered? Many, many times. Almost like 60% of the time I sent a super chat, nobody would respond to it. I'd sit there like, this guy's never even going to say anything. That's why I like to respond to all the super chats, because I know what it's like to send a super chat and not get responded, not having anyone respond to you. It feels kind of whack. I agree. Believe me, I know what it's like to be you. I put myself in your shoes every single day. I'm a compassionate human being that wants you to have what I have. I want you to be as free as I am. I want you to live your life. I will never work for a person for the rest of my life. I will never work for someone for the rest of my life. 41 years old. I will never work for another person for the rest of my life, except for my wife. I'll work for her, and I'll work for you guys, right? And I guess I technically work for YouTube and Google in a way. I get it, but I see Nair making a bigger move out of this flag to the upside. I see Nair getting all the way to 1190. That's what I see happening to Nair. Shout out to the 1,958 people here on the live, 696 likes, $196 in chat revenue. Let's get the lifers up to the watchers, baby. Let the likes up to the watchers. Don't need to say anything. God bless you. Just keep helping others to financial freedom. Thank you, Sam. Shout out to Alex O Crypto. You know what it is, man? The bigger you get, the more you just get battled on. And people just pick out so much things, but I don't pay attention to it. I mean, I guess I do sometimes. I bought a few days ago my first crypto. I've chose Bitcoin, ETH, Crow, BONK, SHIB, Doge, and Ladies. You know, my buddy just bought a bunch of new coins last night too. People are getting in, man. And they don't need to look at the charts. They're not that, they don't care. It's retail, baby. They're just getting started. I see 1190 for Nair, and I see it happening faster than you realize. Nair is a great protocol. I sold all my Nair for Layer AI. I did. We'll see what happens in the long term, if that was a good time or not. All right. Can you please go over Mount? But I love you and your energy. I love you and your energy, brother. If you love me and my energy, then I love you and your energy. Shout out to Alex O Crypto. Check him out on YouTube. A new YouTuber out here that I just found out about a month ago through Crypto Billy. I paid for the 99 on Monday. You should have been in immediately. You email CryptoLifers@gmail right now. Mission Possible 777s. You email CryptoLifers@gmail right now. They're standing by to get you in that group. If you didn't get in, say something immediately. It means you're not linking your Discord or something's going on. The higher you climb, people will try harder to drag you back down to their level. Yeah. And Bitcoin back at 66,350, just kind of struggling at this key level, kind of dangling the carrot that we may go lower. And now some more liquidity just got built on BOOKMAP, suggesting that we do go and tussle 64.5, 65.6. You see, that wasn't as big before. So there is a chance we go lower, everyone. Watch for the 10-minute to lose the 200 SMA, and then watch for the 15-minute to hit its 200 SMA. All right. Okay, can you look at Mavia? Just bought a small bag without doing TA on it. Interesting. Just, off the top, I believe it's a great place to buy Mavia. So remember, if Bitcoin dumps, Nair will lose this level and Nair will drop. And you could see a 458 Nair. It's not amazing right now. The daily looks good, though. The daily's in a beautiful flag. I see flags everywhere for all these coins. You have to remember, people got in here. You're not going to sell them off unless they're getting into another coin like I did. I see Nair going up to 11 very, very soon. Very, very soon. And it was one of my favorite coins for a while. I got in at $1.78. I sold about $7, and I'm happy. I took some profits, man, and I put it into something that's got an even smaller market cap that could do even bigger numbers, right? Shout out to Lakochi Coker in the house. Let's take a look at Render. USDT here on Render on MEXC. Okay, so Render, we called that 1170 Render when it was down here in this chart. It boomed up. We hit our target. We went up even a little to 1385, but we came back down. Render's something I'd have to look at on the bigger time frame. So let's take a look at Render on the weekly. Now, Render's a little ahead of the rest of the market. You have to remember that. It pumped up a little exceedingly hard, and it's on a massive move. It's got a bearish engulfing candle right there on the weekly. If that closes, Render has to pull back. Let's flip out the 21-day moving average. It's right there. Let's look at our levels for Render. Everyone's super bullish on Render, but a lot of retail just dived in without even thinking about it. You know what I mean? So it got overextended. Everyone was like, Render, Render, Render. I stayed away from it, right? This is when I was buying Orange Coin on the bottom. See? Everyone was chasing Render. Orange Coin was the perfectly placed, Sui was perfect. CETUS was perfect. See, everyone chases. But then a month from now, all the coins that I got into are going to be huge, and everyone's going to be see, I don't chase. I build while people aren't paying attention. So here's the deal. You're in some type of flag here. Just look for Render to make a 3-day flag. Catch up with the 21-day moving average, and it's likely to continue to the upside. Put a Fibonacci on these wicks. Yeah, you got a 618 fib, and you may even hit the 0.5 because it's so bullish. But I do see render pulling back somewhere to $8.68 and then getting a bigger move all the way back up to $20. So, only a matter of time. Render will continue, but I do see some type of pullback. And I could be wrong. Maybe render makes an upward trend flag right now and then continues up. We'll watch it closely for you, but it's more likely render comes down to the golden pocket there at $8.68. But anything is possible. Bitcoin back at 66,400, showing signs of strength here. Showing that it just wants to kind of be inside of a flag. I like this. The flag's still intact. The 15-minute still oversold. The 1 hour still oversold. It is kind of a double top. We do have to get back above this point of control at 68,000, and we have to flip the 200 SMA on the 1 hour. Otherwise, we could see massive downside. Technically, this is a double top. Boom, boom. You should make a lower low now, right? Technically, it's kind of a lower low. There's a high, there's a low, there's a lower high. Expect a lower low. So don't be surprised. Boom. You see Bitcoin back at 60,000. All right? Could definitely happen. We're going to know the 50 minutes going to lose the 200 first. You see? I'm going to know. I'm going to know when this happens. So don't worry. We're not going to be blindsided. Time frames show you what's going to happen in succession. Even if it moves pretty fast, you still have 10 or 5 minutes to figure it out. Okay? Yeah, a bit of a money printer on Bitcoin, spot on. You got the bullish div. You pull the fib here, and you're at that 618 or the 618 fib, and you did get the bounce, and you're away for the 21. Can you pump back up to the 200 SMA? Very good. And you have your shoulder, head, and a right shoulder here. Possible scalp of the 1 minute time frame. Entry would be right here. You would attempt to get back to the 200, sell 70%. You get rejected there. If you get back above the 200, let the 25% run. Spot on, whoever called that out. That is the money printer on the 1 minute time frame. You are an amazing student. You've been listening and paying attention. Back to 66,500. It's a big deal. All right. I want to know what charts are. I want you to show me. I love you, GF Burke. SHIDO is a coin that got exploited that we really liked. And so we figured it's in a really good place to accumulate right now. But I'm happy I didn't buy in when people did. It took a bit of a hit, right? But it's still just sideways consolidating. You just have to believe in this thing and think it can come back from the dead. You know what I mean? Probably a good buy. I don't think I'm going to touch it, though. Just not my thing. I believe we did look at SUI already. No? Maybe not. I was looking at CETUS. Yeah. I had a feeling we looked at SUI, though, on another time. Yeah, I looked at SUI already. I did SUI. I know I did SUI. I have a photographic memory. Watch, I'm going to go to my MEXC account, and you're going to see the SUI chart that we posted. Yeah. It actually moved up a little bit more. Once it breaks 196, I see it going to 344. It's in a cup and handle. It's pretty bullish. I've been making money off this coin called GTA on Solana. $28 million market cap. Pumped up. Look, it's got like a cup and handle. I'm going to be playing this song all the time. It's called Go For A Swim by Fellow. To weigh my fears. Which I don't have any. I'm not afraid anymore because I believed in God so fully that I'm going to die and go back to God. So I'm not afraid of death because I'm going to go back to God. Death is just going to be a moment where I transition. And so the scariest thing of being on this earth is knowing that you're going to die. Nothing's more scary than that, in my humble opinion. So once you get over that and you become fully spiritual, there's really nothing to fear. I don't know what's going to happen, right? But at the same time, if I don't know what's going to happen, then why build a negative picture? Maybe death is the most amazing experience ever. And you go into the next realm, and it's unlike anything we've ever thought about. But the point is, why am I bringing up? I don't mean to be morbid or scare you. I'm just saying I've taken my mind to the furthest point of fear, and I don't see the fear. I just don't see it. DNA Racing. Unleash your inner racer. Free trainer bike. Claim now. That's pretty cool. Trade on Sushi Swap. DNA Racing with a free trainer bike. FBIKE. Why DNA Racing? Claim your free trainer bike now. Unleash your inner racer with a free trainer bike. At DNA Racing, gear up for adrenaline pumping ride. We're offering you a free trainer bike experience. Electrifying world of DNA Racing. I don't, you know. I love that Tron thing, right? Paid racing with 240x multipliers. I beat you and I get paid, right? Yeah. Sam, please take a look into AMP. Took a big hit. Thank you for all you do. Joe Alfeo. Let's take a look at BONK. And remember, the trade never did get stopped out, just to make it clear. I just wanted to protect the purse, right? Because it could have gotten worse. All right, let's take a look here at BONK. You're an inspiring guy for me. Always good vibes that I can feel your good soul for all of us. Thank you, Cyber Momo. I just tuned out for a second, come back just to hear. You're gonna. Funny. I mean, that's a fact. We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. How we go. Like, watching my parents die made me realize, like, my end will be very similar to theirs. They're no different than me, and time goes by pretty fast. This bull run's gonna disappear. 4 years will go by, and you'll be back to the bear market again. And like, I'm telling you right now, the next 2 years are gonna go by like this, everybody. Like this. Stay in the present moment. Don't get too caught up in all the ups and downs of life. Stay in the present moment. Enjoy what you have right now. What's in front of you right now? Breathe in the fresh air. Feel the water on your skin. Take your kids to the park. Just be enthralled in what you're doing. Be encompassed in life. So 786 retracement. I'm telling you, it's a perfect time to buy BONK. Perfect time to buy BONK. My system is screaming. This is a perfect time to buy BONK for a 200% gain. All right. So there's your buy zone for BONK. Again, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't even own any, so it doesn't matter to me. But that is a beautiful place. That's the buy zone because you've retraced all the way back into the golden pocket, bounced off the 786. Right now you're at the 786. You're just in a sweet spot right now. If you go lower, fine, you go lower, right? But you're not buying the tops. You're buying the retracements. And it may take a long time to go sideways before it comes up, but that likely is like this spot here. So BONK is getting ready for its next big move to the upside. Bitcoin going sideways today is great for the altcoins. If Bitcoin goes sideways for the rest of the day, the altcoins are going to continue to pump. My account is up beautifully today and pumping. So, yes. I have to say, yes. Thank you. Yes. Who knows how much money I made today? How much money do you think I made today? Who cares, right? It doesn't matter. But how much money do you think I made today? Bitcoin is going side. All right. If someone can guess how much I made today, I'll throw you $100. All right. The closest person. How much do you think my account went up? Or how much do you think this certain account went up in one day? All right. Whoever gets closest wins. 30 grand, 50 grand, 40 grand. 30 bands at least. 22K. 27K. 3750, 12K, 1200. 7 grand, 9 grand, 12 grand. 30K. 2340, 27.5. I'm going to give it to this guy. Preston Laner, you just won $100, man. All right. The account went up $26,653 in a day. You won with the 26.5, with the 27.5. All right. You were $150 off. I'm going to give it to you, man. All right. So you won. I lost his name, everybody. It went too fast. It was in there somewhere. You guys remember the name that I gave there? Email us, man. Thanks, brother. Yeah. And you'll send you Tether. We'll send you Tether. Give me your Tether address. If you have a TRC20 Tether address, let me get that. So email Crypto Lifers. We're going to call you out right here. Go to the channel. We're going to call you out right here. This is your channel. Preston Laner. Okay. Use this email only and email us. Okay. Almost causes an accident. Tahoe front auto braking. Interesting. Yeah, the auto braking kicked in when the bus was too close. I've seen that happen sometimes a little bit. Here and there it can happen. But Preston, man, God bless you, brother. $100 to my man Preston. Thank you. Spread the love, right? Anyone here that really wants to be in the trading group, like you've been watching for a long time, and you really want to be in the trading group, but you're just like, you're in between, or you're from a third world country, or things have been rough for you. Anybody out there? Let me know why you would become a great, write a couple sentences why you think you'd be an addition, a good positive addition to the trading group. And if I see a good response, I'm going to let you in. All right. I'm feeling good today. I'm in a really good mood. I want to hook somebody up. I got to see a nice response. You better start writing. I want to see a couple sentences. I'll give it my everything, this person says. Okay. I've been watching for about a year, but I will buy it when I can afford it. Love you, brother. I love that. Look at that, man. Wow. Me, because I am poor. Interesting. Because I believe in me and in my future. I like that. Been watching for a year. Lost, and I'm finally starting to break even. You've helped me through a lot. Amen. Dedicated, positive attitude, spirit about helping my family and those in life. I'm a nurse. Helping people is my passion. I'm driving, motivated, ready to learn, and want to continue to expand my knowledge to change my life and my family's life. I'm a quick learner for Barbados. I've recently got into trading and been loving your lives daily. Let's run this bull run. I was inside, was pretty nice, but the time difference is 6 hours and hard to always watch later. It's weird. I'll match, Sammy. You get in the 99 and get in the leverage mastery. I want to give my parents financial freedom. Many could use more than me. Jesus is king, and I want to give big to my church and people in need. I have been hitting loss after loss after loss. I pay my dues. I'm disabled, teaching my 11-year-old to trade, but I'm getting wrecked. I'll keep pushing. All right, you're in, dude. Self-wealth crypto. You sound like you need the help, man, but I want you to put in the effort, man. All right? You're disabled, so I want to help you. Self-wealth crypto. Email us from this channel, and we'll put you in the Discord for a month. All right? 2 months if you struggle a little bit. Okay? And I like that you're already kind of putting out stuff too. So that's kind of cool. All right. Email us, brother. Email us. All right. All right, everybody. That kind of wraps up the show. Pretty uneventful, but I gave you a lot of ideas, a lot of places, a lot of coins that are hot right now. And I gave you a lot of technical analysis. My hand hurts right now. So I know I did a lot of TA. Like, my hand is hurting. It's like sweat. There's sweat on this thing. I mean, I put in the work. Again, if you put in the work, you're going to get somewhere in life, everybody. If you want to get somewhere in life without the work, I don't know what to tell you. It's just not going to happen. All right? I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll keep you updated. 66,400 Bitcoin still in the flag. Really nothing else to talk about. Let me make sure I got through all the super chats. I didn't leave anybody hanging here. All right? I'll match Sammy. You get in the 99. You get in the leverage mastery. Let's just start them one step at a time, though. I think it's just too much. I don't want someone in there, like, you know what I mean? I just got a whole thought process of how I want to take someone. And like a disabled guy that just started, I think I want to give him like the beginner's course first, let him understand what a freaking stochastic is, and then we can get him into the leverage mastery. Yeah. If he wants to go there, he can go there. I think leverage mastery is like, you kind of have to understand to be able to make that decision. We could throw people in there. Beginners can go in there for all. It does, I mean, I'm not saying it can't. But I think they get the best out of it when they go through the process, right? I don't know. That's what I found. I could be wrong. You guys could give me more feedback. I'm not the end-all of end-all, right? I'm an open-minded guy, and who knows? I just know if I got thrown in leverage mastery and I didn't know, like, the basics, I would probably be lost in the sauce. I'd probably lose a lot of money. I don't know, though. You know, I'm sure that you're smart enough that you could take a beginner from the very start, too, though. I believe in you. I really do. So... all right, everyone. I love you all. Thank you so much for coming on into the live stream today. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for the constant support and attention. I really, really appreciate it. Did Normie break out of the flag on the 1 hour deck screener? Normie. Liver, could you play? Thank you so much, Master Friend, for your love, though. Could you play one of your tracks on the live? Thank you for all you do. I don't think I can because it throws off the copyright. Yeah. And I think that's it. I mean, I think we did get through all the super chats, right? Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. Thank you so much for coming on in. Thank you. Shout out to the channel sponsors, I Trust Capital, right? If you want to jump on in and get your Roth IRA today, I Trust Capital is the place to do that. QR code's right there. Hit the link and it gets you going. Or join the trading group right there at the top. Hit the QR code, cryptolifer.com. Join my newsletter. One thing I didn't mention is join my newsletter. If you scroll to my into my website, I'll refresh the cookie here. But if you scroll on my website, you should get a newsletter update at you. Maybe I have cookies going on, so it won't happen, but you'll get an update to say, hey, join the newsletter. And it will prompt you to do that. Do that. Put in your email address. I'm going to give you 2 newsletters a week. They're going to blow your mind. Kind of go over what we went over through the week and put it on paper. Also give you some positive mindsets and things that I do to keep myself successful. So, yeah. All right, everyone. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'm gone for the day. It's 12:07. Jump on into the new Ben Armstrong show where you're going to see an excerpt from me probably in the next 10 minutes. So if you want more of me, I'll be live again for about a 2-minute clip on the Ben Armstrong show. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Blessings on blessings. Thank you. Really appreciate that you came here. Without you, I got no show. So thank you for everything. God bless you.